6. You got some, it looks like some sunshine coming up over the horizon just a little bit. It's obviously comes in on the east side because, well, the official Kids Country weather window is facing to the west and southwest a little bit there. So it's tough to see. I can see the sun coming in on Pete's face. Looks like over at the IODOT office.
Yeah, about 3 minutes ago it wasn't, but it's coming up. I can see it right now.
Yeah, finally, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's getting later all the time.
Yeah, I know it, man. The great time of the year is when I love it when it's getting light out, like at 4:30, quarter to 5.
I tell you what, yeah, I agree 100%. And growing up in North Dakota, you'd be shocked at how much longer the sun stays up and how much earlier it comes up in the morning, because you are further north. But
Right.
it's a noticeable difference. It was several years ago I was up there for the 4th of July, and it was like 9:30 and it was still bright sunshine. It was just crazy.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Now we're getting to the time we're about 20 some days away from daylight savings time, so we'll be going back. So this will actually be 6:37 in the morning.
It'll be completely dark.
Oh man! So then you have people that go to work in the dark and they come home in the dark.
Exactly.
You
And
know,
we're not just talking about the light either.
no, no. But the nice thing is about what the position that I do is, I'm done by like noon, 1 o'clock. So I still have
Sure.
all afternoon sunlight.
Yep. No, when we start hitting daylight savings time and in the December time frame when I get done at 4:30, it's right about dark, and yeah, and it's dark when I get up in the morning at about 5:45. So
Yeah. Now, do you go to bed earlier that time of the year, this time of the year when it starts getting darker earlier?
no, that doesn't really affect me as far as bedtime. I go to bed when I'm ready, I guess,
Yeah.
or when I know I need to.
Yeah. Or when you fall asleep on the couch, snoring away.
That's happened before as well.
Yeah, right. I think all of us men have done that before.
Yes.
Maybe a few ladies too.
Yeah, I can guarantee you they have.
Yeah. I'm not going to point out my wife or anything because that gets me in trouble.
I understand that.
So with this time of the year, we're getting wrapped up, hopefully with some of the construction that's going on.
Yes, we are. Last Friday, the bridge on South 65 south of Mason City near Rockwell opened up. So that's good to have that open up and traffic going through there. In Charles City, the resurfacing project in town is done. The lights are operating and up, and everything's going well. On the east section of that project, heading towards the county line, the Chickasaw County line, just a couple patches they have to do around the bridges at Underwood and at the county line, and that should be done by Monday or Tuesday at the latest. There'll just be, when work is going on, there'll just be a flagger in that area, no pilot car, just because it'll be such a short area. US 218 in Floyd, that should wrap up this week. The US 218 interchange work, there's still a lot going on, but it's all off the road. As of yesterday, all the traffic control has been pulled off the road, so it's 2 lanes opened up in each direction there. Depending on the contractor and what they get done with other jobs, they may be back later depending on the weather. So we may end up having outside lane closures. But again, that's depending on the weather, depending on contractors' availability and what they get done with other jobs and everything. So we'll keep you updated on that. For now, it's traffic as normal. Iowa 9 between Fertile and I-35, they do have to come in and do some shoulder work yet. We've talked about that before. We don't know exactly when they're coming in, but it should be before November. So again, we'll keep you updated on that. And that again will just be lane closure, probably with a flagger going through the area, and it shouldn't take long whatsoever. But other than that, work continues on the bridges down by Belmont, and we're in pretty good shape other than that.
Wow. So things are starting to ramp up for the
Yep.
year.
Yep, they are. It's that time of year where it's nice to seeing projects get wrapped up and all the traffic control off the road and everything back to the new normal.
Not only for you guys, but also for people traveling.
Oh my goodness, of course. Yeah, that's the goal. We want to get these things done and opens for the traveling public as soon as we can.
Yeah. Now with that wrapping up, of course, we move into another season. We talked a little bit about that with that. Trucks that you got to plow now. Every state or every county in the state has a plow on their truck, at least one of them.
Every shop.
every
Yeah,
shop.
yeah, we don't have shops in every county.
Oh, had to be a
In
lot of
our
them.
Yeah, well, it's funny. It's probably not too far off. In our district, we've got 19 counties, and we do have 17 shops, so
Wow.
it's pretty close. We've got pretty good coverage. We've got 150 snowplows in our district, so that's a lot of vehicles to get ready for the winter.
Yeah. Now, do you have to insert the cameras in there? You guys take them out at all, or are they always in the plow trucks?
I believe they remain in, but they're not active.
Okay.
But we activate them, as we get into the winter season.
Yeah. Some say it's going to be earlier than later.
Yeah, I've heard, that it could be a little bit colder than normal, but I've also heard that we might have an early spring, but I'll tell you if that's right in April.
Yeah. Right. Well, according to the Farmer's Almanac. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we'll see. I'm just enjoying these 70-degree days right now.
Yeah. How about that? Carol's chiming in here this morning. You can make comments and ask questions for Pete. Carol says hi. Hi, Carol. And also, look at that. She said hi, Pete. So she didn't leave you
Hey,
out.
good deal.
Yeah. 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 This would be fun to do, like even offline or off air, and just have a conversation about it and get people's comments as they can do it right now as we do this whole thing.
Sure.
It's kind of
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
like to be able to let people know what's happening and get as much information out as possible.
Yeah, and as it scrolls across the bottom all the time with different road reports and construction in the area, of course, you can do the download the mobile app on your iPhone or Android or whatever that might be. It's 511ia.org or also online as well. So if you're sitting in front of a computer.
Yep, that is correct. And obviously, it's important to use during the construction season, but we know that in the winter things change more rapidly, and it's really nice to have so you get a good idea of what you're going to be dealing with when you head out on the roads.
Exactly. Of course, keep listening to 98.7 Kiss Country. We give you the road reports as well. And we talk to Pete. We could talk to you throughout the whole entire winter months as well, just for something to do. And
Yep.
and talk maybe a little bit of football and things like that. But, Vikings, the Hawkeyes had a big loss this past weekend.
Yep, they got humbled. That is definitely right.
Number 2 and number 3 playing each other. I mean, Iowa dropped down from number 2 down to number 11, I think it
Yep,
was.
number 11.
And then
that's probably about where they should be.
Yeah, and then Penn State, they kind of still they slide into number 2.
Actually, no, Penn State. We beat Penn State 2 weeks ago. It was this weekend that Purdue beat us.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, Purdue. We lost to Purdue.
Yep. Which we have lost to Purdue 4 of the last 5 years, I believe. They seem to have our number.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know why, but it just
no, they've got some type of game plan. The short, quick passes usually seem to give us problems, and it definitely did on Saturday.
It was a good weekend in the Brooks household because Iowa State won on Saturday night, and then the Vikings pulled one out on Sunday, and last night my Titans won. Boy, I tell you what, that was a nail biter between the Buffalo Bills and the Titans.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think Buffalo had just scored their 2-point conversion to go ahead, like late in the third quarter or early in the fourth, and I knew I wasn't going to see the end of it, so I just hung it up. But I saw the score this morning, and it sounded like it was pretty crazy.
Oh, Pete, I stayed up for the whole entire thing.
Did you really?
It was like watching the Vikings.
Yeah.
Because I figured, well, here we go. We're ahead, but we're going to lose it in the last few seconds.
Yep. I tell you what, Kirk Cousins has taken a lot of heat, but he has played really well this year.
What he's worth his money wise.
Yep. And I don't know what the difference is, but like I've always said, he's not the kind of guy who can play behind an offensive line that is sketchy. And
right.
The offensive line's been better. They seem like they're getting better every game, and you give him time and you give him an opportunity to throw the ball, and he's pretty accurate.
He's actually throwing the ball more than 5 yards.
Yep, he is.
I'm like, wow.
Well, I go back to the offensive line. When you don't have time, you don't have time for those longer patterns to develop. So you got to throw it 5 yards.
Yeah, but it's been fun to watch the Vikings, win or lose. But they're 3-3 now or something like that. No.
Yeah, 3-3.
Yeah, 3-3.
You might want to enjoy it. I don't know if you've looked at their next 5 games.
Yeah, it's going to be quite the deal. Be lucky to make the playoffs. Well,
It's going to be rough.
we have a win this week, guaranteed. We have a bye week, so
Correct.
along with the Dallas Cowboys, which I don't think that's ever happened in the NFL before, where the two teams that are on a bye week come back after the bye week and they play each other.
Right. No, that's not very common.
No, so we got the Cowboys coming up after bye week, which is kind of scary because the Cowboys, I hate to say it, they actually look pretty good too.
They look really good. Yeah, they really do. They got Stephon Diggs' brother in the secondary, who is just. Diggs got a touchdown last night,
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs, and they said he now has as many touchdowns as his brother who plays defense.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his brother has 2 pick sixes this year, and I think he's got 7 interceptions in 6 games.
Oh yeah, I did see that on
Yeah,
a highlight reel last night after the game. They were talking about it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So, but Buffalo Bills look pretty good too. They're 4-2, and now the Titans they're 4-2 as well. So, but still got the best record. That's my backup team, Pete. In case
Yeah, I know, I'm well aware.
Yeah, I was wearing the jersey last night. I was wearing the Titans hat and sitting on the couch drinking a beer.
Yeah, well, sounds like a good way to watch football to me.
Yep, I thought, well, if it was a Saturday night, then maybe I'd have a few more. But I go, well, getting up, as you get older, Pete. I just had a birthday. As you get a little older, you go, you know what? I'm either getting wiser. I just can't recover like I used to. So like 2 beers was like the max. Otherwise, I'd have fallen asleep.
It's probably a little bit of both.
Well, true.
Both wiser and
Yeah, exactly.
let's hope anyway.
Well, that's what I like to tell people.
Right. I'll go with it.
Getting a little wiser. Yeah, his body just can't
If that's the case, how much older I am than you, I must be really wise.
All right, Pete. We won't even go into how old you are.
Yeah.
Although you got more gray hair than me. That's all.
Yes.
I remember when you had dark hair. I remember back in the TV days when you actually had dark hair.
It's funny. One of our friends found an older picture of my wife and I from like 12 years ago, and yeah, that's when you really notice the changes.
I know. I was looking back at Facebook and memories of
sure.
And about like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, there was none of this in this face.
Yep.
None of it, Pete.
It happens.
In 5 years.
Yep. It happens.
No, I'm trying to dye. I keep telling the wife I'm going to dye my beard and mustache and all that stuff. And she's like, no, you're not.
I'm sure nobody would notice.
No, not at all.
All of a sudden you come in and it's jet black.
Right. Just say, well, it's a Halloween costume. The color just won't come out.
There you go.
That's
you
what
let that story ride for a while.
That's what I'm going to do, Pete.
Yeah, well, then you're going to trim it and all of a sudden it's gone.
Well, that's true. There's my costume contest. My costume for Halloween.
I'll be waiting to check it out.
Okay. All right. Pete, have yourself a wonderful day. All right.
All right, you too, Jay.
That's the good stuff.
Well, here's a few of the